Hi, Shihan, Steve here. I hope you had an awesome Thanksgiving. For today's meditation on mastery, I want to share a couple awesome lessons that I derived in this morning's playing with my grandson Triton. And one of the leadership lessons that I teach to my students, both my martial arts and leadership students at KMMA, is that you can learn something from everyone and anyone at any time if you're really just paying attention. And my 2-year-old, 2.5-year-old grandson this morning was no exception. And I think these are deep lessons, so I hope that you will spend the time to listen through. And the first one was about living in the moment. It's called in meditation and Zen, it's called mindfulness. It's about living in the present, living in the now. And when you watch my grandson Triton, or probably any 2, 3-year-old child, you'll notice that they're deriving total joy from living in the moment. They're not worried about what's going to happen next, and they're not sitting around regretting or agonizing over whatever they did wrong in the past or anything in the past or what they're missing. So, from the perspective of just watching Triton as an example this morning, it's lesson one is about living in the moment, living in the present. Remember, I said the other day in another lesson that when you're feeling depressed, you're living in the past, and when you're living anxious, you're living in the future. Well, if you watch a baby, you'll notice that they don't do that. They live in the present. That's the first. The second thing the same lesson, but that I also got was from my own reflection while playing with him, because I found myself sometimes actually regretting that those years were gone with my own boys. Of course, I have a 17, 14, and 12-year-old now, and of course, my experiences with them are very, very different. Those years, the years of playing with them in the way that I play with Triton now, are gone. But instead of regretting those things, I need to bring myself back to the moment. And when I'm with Triton, and when I'm with my 17-year-old son, enjoy that next evolution. I think this is a good reminder for all of us. Wherever you are, that's where you got to be. You got to be living in the present. The second lesson that Triton shared with me through his behavior this morning is that he wants to do things for himself. He's ambitious enough that he doesn't just ask me to do things for him. When he wanted to move the iron chairs, set them up in one place, and move them to another part of the patio, he didn't. He wanted to try to do it himself. And then he was also smart enough to ask me when he needed help. And from two angles again, from his angle, I think it's a good reminder for all of us that we need to try to do everything that we can do for ourselves, but that we also shouldn't be so prideful or proud that we don't ask for help when we need it. Because after all, I believe that that's the thing about having a tribe, about having a community, about surrounding yourself with the right kinds of people, is so that you can become a better person and accomplish more by getting the help when you need it. The second, which honestly was probably the most profound lesson for me this morning, is that I have a whole lot of people that I have leadership accountability over. And this is true with my team and with my kids, my family, and my students. And that I need to do the same thing for them. I need to always remember to allow them, to empower them by allowing them to do everything that they can do for themselves, but by also being there to help them until they can do it all by themselves. And I hope that some of this has been a great reminder for you too, that you enjoy the rest of your weekend. And by the way, if you're getting this and you're one of my KMA students, don't forget that we are going to be back on the mat tomorrow morning at 9 a.m. for an incredible workout. Hope to see you there. We'll be living in the moment, by the way. Do so between now and then, too.